let's freaking go. What is good, credit people? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Bobbalambeats. As requested, we are doing another rapper tier list, except unlike last time in which we did mainstream rappers, now we will be doing underground rappers, because honestly, that's what we care about. The mainstream rappers everybody messes with to a certain degree, so like, what's the point of doing a tier list? But this one, y'all are gonna see which sounds I'm messing with, because all of this is pretty much experimental. All these underground rappers got like unique sounds to them, or they're like the underling or children clones of a bigger rapper, but they're like expanding it a little bit. So I guess what I'm trying to say is your underground rap taste kind of gives away what music you actually like, because there's no bias as to your friend group is liking this mainstream rapper, let's listen to it on his aux. No, this is the raw stuff that you don't really share with your friends, because they will think that you have trash taste in music. You get what I'm saying? Before we get into it, just quick disclaimer, please respect me. Everybody got different music tastes. You have a different music taste from me, but I'm not gonna sit here and call you completely trash or whatever. I literally have people like saying I'm an unsubscribe to your channel. Bitch, you fucking subscribe to me because you like to hear me talk about music, and that's exactly what I'm doing. And now you hating on it just because I have a different opinion than you? Soft as hell. Probably got erectile dysfunction, my guy. And if you want to hate but keep it respectful, go ahead. I'm all for it. Let's begin. Also, another disclaimer, just like last tier list, I missed a few rappers. I missed a huge one on the mainstream rapper J. Cole, as well as Denzel Curry and some others. The way I created this tier list pool is from suggestions on my Twitter replies. I asked, give me mainstream rappers to do a tier list, and this time I did the same thing with underground. So if I missed any, that's y'all fault, okay? Or I just don't know who y'all are talking about, because some of you be replying with like 400 follower type ass rappers who sound like they got their butthole injected with steroids or something, and they're like screaming on the mic. I can feel the pain, and not in a good way, like a Lil Uzi EXO Tour Life type giant. But either way, our pool today, we have 44 rappers, by which we have Young Lean, Yeet, Wyland, Warhol.ss, Vamp Leak, Uno the Activist, Ty Fontaine, Summers, SSG, Kobe, Sport BVS, Sofago, Skywater, Sad Frosty, Ron So Cold, Pasto Flacco, even though his head is cut off, NASCAR Aloe, MDMA, Lucky, Lil Tracy, Lil Nar, Lancey Foe, Kill Bunk, Ken Carson, Cash Dami, Can, K Suave, Isaiah TG, The Holiday, Gabe, Thousand Banfani, Doo-Wop Kane, Dro Kenji, Destroy Lonely, DC The Dawn, Lil Darky, Lil Dadex, Cochise, Cash K, Lil Candy Paint, Boof Boise, Young Bands, Autumn, aka Twin Uzis, 637 Godwin, and 1032 Wop. Alright, to begin, I already know some of y'all are gonna hate me so much because some of your favorite rappers on here I'm just gonna completely shit on. And the thing is, I can't even be right in these, because no matter what, I'm not gonna please everyone, so I might as well just be super honest and just let the haters do what they gotta do. So 1032 Wop, bro, I'm gonna be honest with this, man. There's one song that I really like. It's like Don't Call My Phone or something like that, where he was completely on beat, and I loved it. I was like, damn, this dude's hard as fuck. But some of these music videos that y'all made me react to on different live streams and whatnot, this guy is so offbeat. It's like he starts the next line before he even finishes the last one. It doesn't sound natural whatsoever. It's like if I'm trying to rap the lyrics along with you and you already started the next line while I'm still like holding that last note, bro, that's not how it works. So I just can't deal with it. It's just too fast paced. The lines intersect with each other. I'm gonna give this guy an F tier. That's a bad way to start it. Now on the opposite end, we got 637 Godwin, who a lot of people were claiming is a Juice clone. However, I think he's expanding the Juice wave. I definitely don't think he would deny that he's influenced by Juice WRLD, but I think he's trying to do his own thing. And as we've already talked about before, because I made a whole video about this dude, is that everybody starts out as a clone because we like to make music, or people who actually make music, artists, not me, because I cannot make music very well. But artists at the very beginning of their careers usually try to emulate a rapper that they really like, because that's the type of music they like to listen to, so they try and make the same music that they listen to. But eventually they start getting other inspirations and they'll branch off. But 637 Godwin definitely has a very good foundation of music, and he's been killing it. He just got to drop more music. So I'm gonna give him so far a B tier, because he don't miss, but He's not like my favorite underground rapper currently. Autumn, I think, is actually one of the better rappers in Slay World. He be killing it with his melodies and how he harmonizes his doubles and his primary vocals. He blocked me on Instagram, probably because he thinks that I'm gonna like call him out on these allegations and shit, but I'm done talking about these allegations. I don't want to ruin people's careers, lives over things that I cannot even prove. But Autumn be killing it, and that Jump Out the House remix, boy, went off. So I'm also gonna give him an A. Unblock me off Instagram. If not, I'm going to see Summers literally tomorrow to play basketball. So if you're out there with him at that Airbnb, I'm just gonna like stick my finger up your ass while you're sleeping, and that'll be like the unblock button. Your prostate is the unblock button. Young Bands, honestly, I used to like him way more back in the Soundcloud days. He's been out since 2016-ish, 2015 maybe. He was on a house arrest for the longest time, and I think that's when he was at the peak of his career, when he couldn't even leave the crib. Basically what we are in right now with quarantine. But I think now that he's tried to sing and like go pop, he's basically just carried with all of his features. Like his whole entire last album was just feature. If you go through his most popular songs, he just lets the feature carry him. So I can't even rate him, and I just don't know if I like his voice when he sings. He should just stick to back the plug beats that he used to rap on, or whatever he used to do, whatever you call them. He should stick to that regular rapping. I don't know why every rapper thinks that they need to start singing. You can melodize, put auto-tune on it so it sounds like you're kind of holding a melody, but you don't need to straight up sing like this dude's trying. So I'm gonna give him an E, because he's not the worst, but he's not good by any stretch. Booth Boise, again, I used to fuck with him when he was on these plug beats all the way back in the day. I think he's an Atlanta rapper, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like he also just doesn't try on his raps anymore. Like it sounds like he's just so leaned out and zanned out and so high that he just is like whispering in the mic, and maybe that's the flow he's going for, but it ain't it right now. So I'm gonna give him an F, because I do have some songs that I do fuck with, but most of the time, nah. Candy Paint, another one of the OGs from the SoundCloud days. I used to actually watch all of his vlogs to different cities and tour dates and shows on YouTube, like a bunch of years ago when I was first getting into like the Perfect Plug YouTube channel and the underground scene. And then his James Harden song goes off. I think there was a music video on World Star, and I think again, a lot of these underground rappers, the reason that they didn't blow up to the extent, at least the ones that have been around for a while, is because they didn't stick with a sound that blew them up in the first place. They started going pop and like singing and all that, but no, you got to stay true to yourself and what's worked. I know some of Candy Paint's singing songs have worked, but that Harden song, you cannot get better than that. He should try going back. Maybe you can mix in a few singing songs, but I think he's gone a little bit downhill from his peak with Harden. So I'm gonna give him a D, because I listen to some of his songs, but I'm not like the biggest fan personally. Cash K, my guy. We actually did a reaction on the second channel to his song Controlling, which is an absolute banger. This dude is honestly not even a primary artist, as in like he didn't start up as an artist, or at least I don't think so, because I don't know his complete history, but he's mostly a YouTuber, but now he's getting more and more into music, kind of like the DDG lane. But Controlling, if you listen to that, you will take him seriously as an artist. And then he has another song, Rubber Band Man Freestyle, something like that. That wasn't as great as Controlling, at least to me, but Controlling was literally one of my favorite songs for a few weeks at the first time I heard it. So I'm gonna give him a B, because he only has like one song right now that I'm really messing with, but he just doesn't have a lot of music out. Coaches, y'all know what I'm gonna do. I've been sticking up for this man ever since the days people were calling him a Cardi clone, and now that Cardi did his own thing on a whole lot of red, nobody's saying shit because he's not even using the baby voice anymore. And honestly, Coaches don't even got a baby voice. Once you talk to him in person, you'll realize that that's literally just his voice. He kind of got like a little nasally type thing, and that's no offense, that's just his voice. And all he does is just sing on that voice, but or like I guess high pitched rap. Either way, Coaches easily S tier. I have not seen this dude miss once. In every single song he drops, it gets harder and harder. Even the music videos, I know he's about to drop something with some cool mask type thing. The last one was Knicks, where he was playing basketball. There's always some sort of story behind the music videos, and I think he puts a lot of detail and thought behind a lot of his songs and music videos. So dude just makes fire music, you can't deny it. I don't care about if any of these Cardi fans, because I know a lot of y'all who subscribe to this channel look out for Cardi news and shit. I don't care. Cochise is fire. I don't care if you call him a clone. Lil Dadex. He is in like the no jumper lane. He's in the LA scene. He's a emo rapper type. He's probably not all too well known. However, he does have a couple songs that are bangers, bro. I don't know if he'll ever pop off to the mainstream. There's really not much else to talk about because he's not too much into the drama scene like other rappers are. And he's been here for a while, maybe since like 2017. So just check him out. But I'd give him a C tier because I do like a lot of his music. Lil Darky. I actually just recently saw what the dude actually looks like, but most of his image is centered around this cartoon figure that he draws and animates all, or at least most of his music videos, I guess. That's how he blew up basically. He's like a super hardcore, somewhat lyrical, not really serious though, like in the sense of Ski Mask, the Slump God, where he's not trying to be Eminem and give you life lessons and tell you how to be a man and how to treat a woman and whatnot in the lyrics. He's just using really intricate wordplay, I guess you would call it, on really hardcore distorted beats like South Florida old XXX Tentacion. And I don't personally like it too much just because I don't really care about lyrics like that, but he does make it more fun than other rappers. So I'm gonna give him a D because I respect it. I don't listen to it all too often, but he got his own thing going and I could see how some people in that lane would really love him. DC the Don, he's a rapper that's come into my radar the past year and he's really been killing it. Like his last album, I pretty much liked every single song, no misses. He ranges from singing on like alternative rock type beats all the way down to like hardcore, I don't even know what you would call it, like punk, again, like XXX Tentacion distorted beats and like screaming on the beat, but he kills it. He's one of the most versatile rappers right now. I'm gonna give him a B because I really mess with him, but I still think he needs to get that one banger song that puts him over the top. Destroy Lonely, he's signed to Opium, apparently Cardi's label. I know a lot of y'all are gonna think that I'm super biased just because of that fact. However, I think he's really raw currently in the sense that I don't think he's particularly found his sound yet. I know he has a decent amount of music out, but a lot of the time it's super offbeat. He does have a couple songs like Miley Cyrus that I really like, but I still think he has a long way to go as opposed to his counterpart Ken Carson, which we'll get into a little bit later. But I'm gonna give him a D because again, I like a few of his songs, but I still think he has a lot of work to do, but I do think he can get there, especially with, you know, mentors like Kadi. Dro Kenji, Taz Taylor gonna be pissed about this one because this is one of his new artists signed to Internet Money and he's been popping off lately. However, I think people who listen to him are soft as fuck. This is like that Kid Laroi, like pop music lane. Like I liked some of Dro Kenji's album, I'm not gonna lie, like I can vibe to it. However, it's just not something I want to listen to. Like people who listen to this literally have no dick. Like they got their balls cut off. They were circumcised as a child and then at 3 years old they got their balls cut off because their parents didn't want to give them a gender. They wanted to let the child pick its gender at 3 years old. I just can't listen to pop music like that. I understand the mainstream appeal for it. Dro Kenji's probably gonna do really well. He's probably gonna get a hit at some point, especially being with the Internet Money and how they work. They just running through hits like 42 Doug's Cellmates. I'm gonna give him also a D because he's not that bad. He just be singing too much. I can't relate. All right, Doo-Wop Kane. A lot of y'all are gonna hate me for this because people call Doo-Wop Kane like the godfather of SoundCloud rap. Now, you may or may not be right. I think I remember a lot of rappers like Lucky, Warhol, and others, one of the activists who were in the SoundCloud scene before Doo-Wop Kane. So I don't know what y'all are talking about this underground godfather, maybe to this newer generation of SoundCloud rappers. But bro, I can't get into his music. It's so offbeat. Like it's just, to me, I can't do it. No ifs, ands, or buts. We listen to this on stream. Y'all trying to put me on. He's probably gonna hate me. A lot of his fans are probably gonna hate me right now, but I'm gonna give him an F tier. Y'all are crazy for listening to this. He must have fucking dog ears if he's hearing some sort of frequency of the beat that I can't. It just doesn't make sense to me. Thousand Band Funny is a G. He just dropped an album. I think he was mixing 2 beats or 2 songs in every single song on the album, which was kind of cool. He is also one of the SoundCloud OGs before Doo-Wop Kane, so that's the example I was talking about. I'm gonna give him an A tier because I really like Fawny. I listen to him all the time. I think he's a little more consistent than Uno the Activist, even though he may not sing like that. But that's what I was talking about before. These rappers don't gotta try too hard. They don't always gotta go pop and sing. Like, you can stick in your lane. You can still make your bread without trying to please everyone. If you try to please everyone and go mainstream, you end up sometimes pleasing no one because it might just be fucking trash. Gabe is one of those dudes that people actually attribute Whole Lotta Red influence to, because he was on the Hyperpop wave a while back, way before Cardi was. And now I made a video on my second channel talking about Whole Lotta Red was kind of Hyperpop. Like, yeah, I know he was rapping and it was sort of trap as well, but he was heavily influenced by Hyperpop beats such as Gabe's, who, if you like that sound, even though his is much brighter than Cardi's because Cardi was on his vampire shit, Gabe's beats, however, I would say he's more Hyperpop than Cardi because he uses like the heavy auto-tune on his voice. As with some of the underground rappers that I've been listening to lately, Hyperpop is the new wave. I really like it a lot. It keeps you upbeat. It's not all depressing. It's not all like, I'ma shoot you with this gun. Like, no, you ain't, bro. I'ma shoot you with this dox. I'm gonna leak your address and my sub's gonna come after you. What are you gonna do? Fly out to Miami? You're not even gonna be able to find me. I got security downstairs in my apartment building, bro. What you got? A trap house where you got like 3 dudes with guns? I got almost 100,000 people. They can hack your phone and leak your small ass D pics. I don't know how I got in this tangent, but Gabe has fire beats. I don't know about the vocals though. Very niche taste. I'm gonna give him an E. The Holiday. He had a Lyrical Lemonade music video and popped off about a year ago. I don't know if his momentum has continued. I actually liked his underground music before he went a little bit more pop. Just, that's pretty much the biggest theme of this tier list. Like, once you try and go pop, sometimes it just don't work out and you should go back to what your fans were loving you for originally. But The Holiday sounds very similar to Sway Lee, and I actually do think that he could make it if he hopped on like a big song. But Sway Lee just isn't my taste either, even though he's one of the biggest artists in the world. So I'm gonna give The Holiday a D tier because he be sucking my D daily. Isaiah TG. He is somebody a lot of people thought was in Slay World with Summers, Autumn, Can and others. However, apparently he is not. He keeps claiming on TikTok that he is not. He don't want to be associated with all the allegations, I guess. And I think he's super experimental with his vocals. He's not really locked into the plug-and-B subgenre that most of Slay does or raps on. But I don't know if I'm messing with it as much as the plug-and-B stuff, so I don't know if he's gotten his spotlight yet, like Summers and Autumn and Can have. Like, I haven't figured out like that hit song that I really like from him yet. So I'm gonna give him an E tier, but that could change very quickly if he dropped a banger. K-Suave, my fucking guy, S tier easily. I don't think K-Suave has missed yet. Every song dude drops, I like. I don't know what it is. You know, they could all mesh together. A lot of his songs sound the same, and he's always talking about fucking bitches and he's the thought slayer and all that. But for some reason, I just can't stop listening to it. I will listen to his albums on repeat at the gym. He's on like Cardi Pierre type beats back from like 2018, 2019, very spacey. My girlfriend says he's super offbeat, but I guess I got them dog ears for K-Suave. I can hear the frequencies. But K-Suave going up, or maybe not. Maybe he's like super niche, and but he's Trippie Redd's artist, so maybe Trippie will get him on a feature and blow him up eventually. Can, his whole last EP with a Whole Lotta Red type beats, bro, did not miss. I think it was like 4 songs, and then he just dropped So What recently on all streaming platforms. Like, he has not missed lately ever since he hopped on this Whole Lotta Red type beat wave, and I think that's the move for a lot of these rappers. You basically cannot sound bad on a Whole Lotta Red beat unless you really suck at rapping. It gives you like a +2 rating out of 10. That's just a little advice for y'all underground rappers if you're trying to get on my tier list. But I'm gonna give him an A because I haven't been listening to him too long, but currently he is my favorite rapper in Slay World. All right, Cash Dami. He's kind of on like the plug beats, I guess. I think his music is still very raw. I don't even know if he mixes and masters it yet because he's super new, or maybe not. I just don't know too much. I like one song by him, Look in the Mirror, but other than that, again, it sounds super raw. I feel like he needs to learn a little bit more about song structure because I can never tell if like it's a chorus or the verse is happening, or if the song is over and we're on the next song. It gets really confusing. But I'm gonna give him a C tier because because I do think he has a lot of potential, but he just needs to drop more songs with maybe an engineer or producer there with him, to like a label producer, like a professional one, so that he can put together a cohesive song. Ken Carson, after his last Teen X relapse, which was like the deluxe of Teen X, I'm gonna give him S tier. Dude is fire. He is like the prodigy for Cardi. He's gonna blow up soon. And as I've spoken about a little bit before, Ken is almost on like the Uzi Cardi stage of 2016, 2017, of like the yeah flow, which I think he'll grow out of in a couple of years. But honestly, that was like the prime of Uzi and Cardi, or at least when they were blowing up, because people loved that. It's so simple, easy to follow along. It finishes every single line. You don't even need to know the lyrics to each line. You can just go like, yeah, A. And now Ken Carson has literally created lyrics of just saying A, yeah, A. Not to mention his Hyperpop beats that go crazy. And with the direction of Cardi, of aesthetic, timing of music, building up hype for albums, there is no limit to this dude's career. I don't know if he'll go mainstream, but he's definitely gonna go up. All right, Kill Bunk. His Chanel Bag song is amazing. I can't even lie. He's almost on like the Juice WRLD clone vibe. I'm not a clone, but like influenced by Juice WRLD, of like the emo rap, talking about past relationships, breakups, issues with women, and how he feels internally. I don't know if he has too much music out, but he's been blowing up lately. You'll probably see him a lot more very soon, since he's already getting posted on Academics. So I'm gonna give him a B, because he's very similar to 637 Godwin. I can see them having a collab very soon. Lancey Foe, y'all are gonna hate me for this, especially a lot of the Cardi fans and Opium fans, because Lancey is heavily associated with Cardi, since people call him the UK Cardi. Whether you agree or disagree, that's just objective fact. People do call him that, even though they do not have a very similar flow at all. They have very similar aesthetics and they look the same, like physically as well. But Lancey is almost on like that drill flow, but on not necessarily drill beats. But I just can't get into it. I'm not really into rap if it doesn't have melodies. And there are some plug beats, or when the person just screams on distorted raps, where I do like the music. However, in Lancey's case, I don't get the hype. I think just because he's associated with Cardi, a lot of the Cardi fans jump on him thinking that he's amazing because Cardi fucks with him. So I'm gonna give him an E tier, because I actually like Destroy Lonely and Opium better than Lancey Foe. Lil Nar, I think he kind of kills his own music and career by himself. Now, he already has a successful brand, Narcotic, where they sell skate attire, but they have other cool things like that. I think he even has a Nar bar where it's like nicotine as well. But either way, I feel like he always gets a feature on his music, which kind of makes it so he can never get the spotlight. I think he got one from Cardi, and he obviously got Diamond Choker with Uzi, and then every single other song like Lil Skies. If you go through his whole catalog, there's pretty much features on all of the hottest songs. So I think he's kind of shooting himself in the foot and not letting him create his own brand. But that being said, I do think he's not bad, but I think if he's truly pursuing music to be, you know, a primary income stream for him, he needs to stop with so many features. I actually might be seeing him in LA, so hopefully he doesn't take this critique to heart too much, or if he doesn't even see it, or maybe he sees it afterwards. Just know I'm not hating at all, but I'm giving him D, because his music ain't bad, especially when it gets the features, where I love seeing Uzi and all these bigger rappers on songs. Why wouldn't I like those features? Lil Tracy, he was one of the first ones on the emo rap lane. He was best friends with Lil Peep, even though they were beefing at one point, I believe. And Peep fans claim that Peep created him, which may or may not be true. I'm sure they, you know, did music together organically and they did it together. And then Lil Peep just was at the forefront of this lane, and then he helped put Lil Tracy on. But either way, I do think Lil Tracy does have some fire songs. He uses like heavy auto-tune on alternative beats, which I do like a lot, such as This Year with Famous Dex, Filet Mignon, Bacteria. He's got a lot of good songs in his discography, but when he does his Lil Peep flow, or I think it's like engineering, where it sounds like he's recording, you know, those YouTube videos where the title says 20 minutes by Lil Uzi Vert, but you're in the bathroom at a concert, where there's like super hardcore reverb, or I don't know how to explain it because I'm not an engineer, but I don't know, I just don't like Lil Peep music that much, and therefore when Lil Tracy does that vibe, I can't get into it either. But for Bacteria, Filet Mignon, and songs as such, I'm gonna give my guy a B tier. All right, next we got Lucky. I think I reacted to some music of his. I think he just dropped like a little mini EP, but I think that he picks the wrong writing beats that the melodies in the instrumental or the primary instrument as opposed to the drums take over. Maybe he's trying to do that, but if he did more so drums as the primary instrument that carry the rhythm of the song, I think he would go way farther. That being said, I do like Lucky a lot. A lot of people have been just put onto him for some reason, thinking that he's some new underground artist, but dude has been out since like 2015 on this original SoundCloud days. He was like one of the OGs. I've been listening to him for a while, so I don't understand where the hype is coming from all of a sudden. So I wish the best for him. I do like him a lot. I'm gonna give him a B tier as well. MDMA goes crazy. I think he's like Uno the Activist's little brother or cousin, maybe not even related, but whether he is or not, he is amazing. He's better than Uno the Activist, low key, with the melodies, and he's still super underground. So get on him quick before one of his songs blow up. I have not seen Kid miss one time yet. Also giving him a B tier because I do think he needs to drop at least one undeniable hit. Most of his songs sound the same kinda, but give him a couple years because I think he just got started and y'all will hear his name way more. NASCAR Aloe, he was in like that whole little beef with Cardi, saying that Cardi stole his website or whatever with like stomping on the camera, which has been a thing in the punk underground stuff for a minute now. So I don't think Cardi did it because of NASCAR Aloe, but I think there was like one or two songs where I really mess with NASCAR Aloe because he's on like the XXXTentacion lane, like heavy distorted beats and like screaming, and it's really hardcore. Like it'll get your energy up. You don't even need to drink Red Bull or coffee in the morning. Just take a quick dose of this shit and you'll be busting a boner harder than Pinocchio's nose. But that being said, that's not really my type of music because I don't know if I want to rip people's ears off and bite bitches' tongues off when I'm making out with them, which I assume NASCAR Aloe does a lot. So I can't say I listen to him all the time, which because I really don't. But I just remember there was a phase where I was super into listening to him at the gym. Like you should try it. It's like you're on fucking roids. But he's got a cool vibe. I can't even lie. So I'm gonna give him, this is hard honestly, an E tier because I just don't listen to it, but I understand why people mess with it, like those super hardcore punks. Pasto Flaco, I legit, when I first heard this dude, it was on that Supersonic song. I could not tell the difference between Lil Tecca and Pasto Flaco. People were telling me like, listen to the song Pasto Flaco featuring Lil Tecca, and I was like, okay, I hear Lil Tecca, where is Pasto Flaco at the end of the song? So what I have deduced from this is that I think Pasto Flaco and Lil Tecca do sound so similar, but Pasto got kind of a lower voice. So if you like Lil Tecca, check out Pasto Flaco. He's pretty hot. Pause. He's pretty fire is what I meant to say. The NBA 80s song that he just dropped is cool too. He'll be coming up very soon once he gets a hit song on his hands. I think I'm gonna give him a C tier. Ron So Cold, another one of the SoundCloud OGs from like the 2017, 2016 era maybe. I think he's shooting himself in the foot because he does have cool melodies on his tracks, but he just don't drop songs on like Spotify or any like monetized platforms. Like he's strictly SoundCloud and dropping music videos on other people's YouTube channels, which I don't understand why underground rappers do this. He could be way bigger, just like many of these other artists could be way bigger. All the people who have been here for a while, if they just played their cards right, maybe had better management. But yeah, so I think Ron So Cold honestly is falling off. He probably lost his chance unless he has a bang. I guess it only takes one song, so he could blow up again. But considering it's hard for me to even find his music because I don't know how often he drops or where he drops it, I'm gonna give him an E tier because I do like his music. He just needs to like figure out his business better. Sad Frosty, I feel bad for saying this, but I think Sad Frosty is falling in the lane of Smoke Perp. A lot of his fans are gonna come after me after this one. He started off on the meme route of rapping, and that's like a good way to grow at the beginning because memes are by definition, they go viral. And he has like the crazy hair, the blue, yellow, and it's always like really fun, and he raps on very simple beats with hard drums that it's hard to not like. However, when you drop so many songs that sound like this on the same vibe, it kind of sounds the same every single time. You need to give me a little bit extra sauce on there to differentiate yourself from the other SoundCloud rappers like Lil Pump and Smoke Perp, who are basically doing the same thing. Now we saw how they fell off, and Smoke Perp tried to sing and whatnot. That didn't work out either. He also tried to drop like Audi 2. That didn't really do well. I just think that era of music is over. You actually need to know what you're doing when it comes to production, engineering, rapping. So Sad Frosty, this isn't like a hate hate on him at all. I just think he needs to mix it up a bit. So I'm gonna give him an E tier because I don't hate him. I actually like some of his songs, but he needs to do something to pick it up a bit. Skywater, he was actually on Patrick CC's SoundCloud tape / album. He has a couple songs I like Zach and Cody. He's more of a singer rather than a rapper, which isn't totally my vibe, but Zach and Cody bangs. So also gonna give him an E. Sofago, this is unfair. He's basically not even underground anymore after getting so many cosigns from Travis Scott, Trippie Redd, Lil Yachty, being on Aiden Ross's stream. Like, he's going mainstream within the next month or so. Not to mention Lyrical Lemonade music video, which is on the way. It's gonna be one of the biggest music video drops of this year. I'm telling you right now, like, I could see it getting 100 million views after a couple years, kind of like a Juice WRLD breakout song or like a Lil Tecca breakout song of Ransom. With Travis Scott behind you, all he got to do is post a music video on his Instagram story or repost it on his community tab on his YouTube channel. Like, it's over. So Sofago, I don't think he misses either. I don't think he's overhyped like a lot of people say. Like, I go through his whole Spotify discography, he don't miss. Plus, he got a very unique sound that nobody else can replicate, really. And I know a lot of people call him a Cardi clone, but that just ain't true. Maybe Young Thug, but what Atlanta rapper isn't a Young Thug clone? Even Cardi low-key. Sport VVS, he's very similar to 637 Godwin and Kill Bunk in that Juice WRLD influence lane. It sounds a bit generic to me. I don't know why, just something doesn't click with me, but I think if I listen to him more often, I would understand it. But he's not bad by any stretch. Like, he's better than a lot of these other rappers, so I'm gonna give him a C because he is decent. I just wouldn't say I'm his biggest fan. All right, SSG Kobe. I was supposed to play basketball with him, 1v1 him in Miami. I was gonna fly him out, but he ducking low key. So if Kobe, or Ty, I think is your real name, if you want to get the sauce, I will fuck you up. All right, I know that you're scared of your career dying after I beat you in a 1v1, but aside from all that, SSG Kobe, I think how he switched it up on this Calabasas song with Snot, it was really good, and it showed another side of him that he can actually rap now. I don't think his lyrics and flow were all that intricate, but I think everybody, a lot of these rappers, as I've said many a time in this video, they try and go pop, they try to sing a lot. Sometimes you just gotta rap on the beat and it still sounds good. And it was cool to hear a more fun side from SSG Kobe, whereas before it sounded like super serious. But he's about to blow up. He just got a Lyrical Lemonade music video, and I believe, actually I know, he has another Lyrical Lemonade music video coming up with a secret feature. I'm gonna give him an A. He's on the come up. He's about to go mainstream just like Sofago. Maybe not as big as Sofago, or as early at least, because Sofago is going up fast, but he'll be up there as well. Probably higher than most of the rappers on this underground wave. Summers. I'm actually going to his Airbnb in Orlando tomorrow to play some basketball, or today, depending on when I drop this video, or to just do a vlog. I don't know if he plays basketball. I'm bringing my basketball. I am going to fuck up one of these rappers in basketball. I gotta put on for my Caucasians, like Jack Harlow with banging out Addison Rae. But as I was saying, Summers, along with Slay World, Autumn, they were kind of like the forefront of the plug-in B wave. It took a little bit for me to get used to it because it sounds like off beat at first. However, this latest album that he dropped, it kind of sounded more professionally made, whereas a lot of the songs that Summers Autumn drop are just SoundCloud exclusive. He's just throwing them out there, kind of like a throwaway, almost leaking it in a sense, and not necessarily caring about how many streams it gets. And so I think a lot of the times when Summer drops, it's kind of biased against him. People say he's a hit or miss, but again, those are just throwaways. So maybe he should just let another SoundCloud page drop it, or like a YouTube channel, maybe cop like a couple $100 for them to post it. But I do like a lot of Summer's music, but there's a lot of music where, again, I think it's couple misses in there. I'm gonna give him the same level as Pasto Flaco, which is decent, but Can and Autumn been going crazy lately. I just think Summers needs to step it up a bit. And that's no hate towards him at all. All right, the last stretch, we got Ty Fontaine, who I've already told y'all is one of the most versatile rappers in the game. Kind of like a Trippie Redd, where he can sing, he can rap. Can he dance though? Can he move it like Chris Brown? And I'm not talking about smacking the women. I'm talking about, can he like moonwalk and shit? That's something that he should maybe do in a music video if he's trying to be like the trifecta: sing, dance, rap. But Ty Fontaine, as of all the music he has out, and I've heard some of his unreleased music where he's strictly rapping, and maybe it's a little bit melodic, but a lot of the times Internet Money, I feel like, tries to go the pop route. So they have kind of creative control over their artist's music, and same with Dro Kenji. They try to go the singing route, the pop, because that has the highest mainstream appeal. It has the highest chance of getting the most streams. However, it's not necessarily my taste of music. So I think when Ty Fontaine, I believe he's independent after this next album, he's gonna go crazy with the type of music that he wants to drop, which I think and I hope is a lot more rapping, especially with this last song that he just dropped, Pristine, where people were saying he sounded like Uzi and Cardi back in the day. I think that is the move. I like that song a lot. I'm gonna give him an A tier. I think a couple albums ago he also dropped some like disco 80s type beat music, which that was really hard. I like that a lot. That was super unique, almost like a Jack Harlow differential, where he was rapping on 90s beats, which no one else is doing, but this 80s, like The Weeknd almost type beats, nobody else is rapping on those. Uno the Activist, I think there's a lot of songs. Uno is amazing. He can rap really well. He came up with Cardi. Actually, Cardi may even have gotten his flow from Uno the Activist, whether you want to believe it or not. But then there are other songs where Uno the Activist engineering or the mix is trash, or he's just trying to do too much with singing. So that's why I say out of the duo of Thousand Man Fawny and Uno, because they're basically brothers, Fawny takes the cake, even though Uno is definitely more versatile with the singing. But that again summarizes my point that just because you can sing and there's more mainstream appeal with that doesn't mean you gotta do it, even though Uno does kind of finesse the singing at some songs. But I'm gonna give him a B, one step under Thousand Man Fawny. Young Lean, who a lot of people know because of Playboi Carti, in which he's more of like the drugged out, like very monotone rap, I want to say, but not in the same way as Nav, where he uses monotone but melodies at the same time. And I like Young Lean's beats a lot. I think he pushes the boundaries with it, and I think that's why a lot of people mess with his music. However, his vocals I just can't get into, because it sounds like it's so out of tune, and I don't know, like dude took 3 Percocets before even stepping into the studio and then snorted like 4 more. It just sounds like he wasn't even listening to the beat, or he's like Helen Keller or something while recording. He can't hear himself. He just needs to work on his singing, all right, or rapping, I guess. I'm gonna give him an E tier because I don't think he's the worst. He's definitely not trash. There are elements of his music that I really like, but as a whole, it's just not my thing. Yeet is one of these rappers who I think is associated with Slay World, maybe not. I don't know. People have been recommending me his music lately. I like his song Geeker Day and Died Before. He also, just like Can raps on these whole lot of red type beats, where again, if you rap on those, you're already like a +2 in my book. So even if you're trash, you're already better than, say, I don't know, Doo-Wop Kane, as we can see from my tier list. So I'm gonna give him a D. You're gonna be seeing way more of him as he grows. He's still pretty small, like 11K followers on IG. Wyland. This is a rapper that everybody has been telling me to listen to, or maybe not everybody, but a lot of people in the underground scene. People go crazy for his leaks as well. I don't understand the hype. His whole last album, people were saying it's the album of the year, but to me, on that album, Wyland sounded like some regular ass white dude who found out what auto-tune was and recorded himself in his bedroom. Now he got some mainstream cosigns. He got like Chief Keef on there and some others, and maybe it wasn't as trash as I was saying it was before, but it wasn't that different from what a lot of these SoundCloud rappers sounded like. However, this new music that he's been posting the snippets of on his Instagram and stories, now that's a whole nother level. He's almost going in the Travis Scott lane of producing his songs. It sounds super ambient, where you can almost like feel the music rather than listening to it in a sense. So I'm gonna give him another chance with this next album, but if it's trash again, I don't know, bro. You gotta do better. I'm gonna give him an E again. I don't hate him. It's not terrible, but this next album is definitely a pivotal point for his career, at least in my book. Warhol.ss, another one of those SoundCloud OG rappers from like 2015, 2016. He's kind of been irrelevant. Lucky's kind of taken his throne of like that, you know, leaned out rapper. I think Warhol has more energy than Lucky, but it's a very similar lane if you haven't listened to him. And on like kind of old school Atlanta beats, I guess. But he's another dude that I just don't think ever wanted to go mainstream with his music. music. He's probably making enough to get by, but I don't think his music will ever blow up at this point, considering it's been so long since he's been in the game. I'm gonna give him a D. His music can get boring because it all pretty much sounds the same. Maybe pick up some new producers. And lastly, we got Vamp Leak, a dude who, if you like Playboi Carti's like vampire style music, maybe I shouldn't have put him on this tier list pool. However, someone commented on my tweet, so here we are. But his music sounds exactly like Whole Lotta Red, basically. The dark style, that is, not necessarily hyper pop, almost vamp anthem, sky, like let's call them vampire type beats, as you can tell from his name, Vamp Leak. But I haven't seen dude miss, and maybe he is a Carti clone, I could attest to that, but it's still fire. And if Carti ain't giving us more than one album on this style of music, I'm gonna listen to other people who will give it to me, you know? I ain't loyal out here. And of course, no one can take Carti's throne of the King Vamp. So I'm gonna give him, people are gonna be so offended by this, I'm gonna give him an A. Y'all are gonna troll me so hard, but I haven't seen dude miss. Listen to his music if you haven't already. And so yeah, that's been a long ass video. I've been recording for over an hour at this point. I am tired as shit. I've drank like 4 coffees within this time period. Let me know in the comments what you think about this tier list. 1032 Watt fans are gonna come find me and shoot me up at my apartment. In the underground, music taste is so diversified. Like no matter what I said, I'm gonna be shit on, so it's all good. Make sure to like, subscribe, join the Bob gang if you with it. Peace out, kind of people. Know what I'm saying?